TV8.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the VGRCast, our weekly podcast about everything and anything in between. This week, I'm joined by my lovely friends Ryan, Monica, Mike, and Steve. I am Kevin, and welcome to the show.
I wasn't looking forward. We got to start over.
Are you really wearing a shirt that says "I paused my game to be here"?
I am.
You fucking normie.
That is
Get out.
that is the most that is a shirt you wear in middle school, not an adult, Kevin.
My mom gave it to me for Christmas.
To be fair, I got a shirt for Christmas that said, "I don't just watch anime. Sometimes I leave my room."
I
Do
mean,
you
I'm
leave your
wearing
room,
a
though?
Captain America shirt, so I guess I'm one to talk, but still.
I think I have the same shirt.
What?
I think I have that same shirt.
It's a dope shirt.
Has that fucking
It's a good shirt. Yeah.
Matt has that shirt. I know
I don't
so
have
many
it.
guys that have that.
Good shirt.
It's
You know what
simple. It gets the point across, and it looked neat.
You know what I wish they had more of? Like Iron Man shirts, but like all of them. I do have a Stark Industries shirt, and my brother also got me a Stank Industries shirt, which I like.
Tony Stank.
Are you Tony Stank?
Yeah, Mr. Stank's right here.
You mean stank?
Oh,
Show me your
God.
stank.
Oh no. Anyways.
That'll get Kevin banned off it.
Yes, I don't want to be banned off Twitch like Trump. Trump could no longer.
Ah.
Twitch.
Yeah, that's right. He got banned off of everything. Oh,
Nice
that week.
segue.
Oh, I guess we can start there.
Speaking of Trump
Yeah,
getting
let's start
banned
with
from
there.
things.
Trump got Nate out of the White House.
Mhm.
he got banned from the White House.
No,
Damn
that might
straight
be in the set. That'll be in a Senate trial, hopefully, in whenever that is a thing.
Well, actually, I don't know. I don't know if he was invited to the inauguration. Pence wasn't. Pence was there.
Well, of course Pence is, because despite being a massive piece of shit, he is a politician and wants to kiss ass. So.
Oh yeah, he still wants a career in politics, and he probably does have a career in politics still. He'll probably run for president.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, I don't think he'll ever win because he doesn't have like.
No, he's just
I
gonna
don't
go
even-
back he's gonna go back to Indiana and be a lobbyist for the rest of his life.
I have no idea what Mike Pence sounds like. I think I heard his voice for like the first time at the vice presidential debate, and I still can't picture what he sounds like in my head. He
kind of
left
got
me-
like this kind of voice.
I think the only time I've ever heard him was when he announced the Space Force.
Ugh.
Oh,
The only time I've ever heard
Which-
him was during the certifying the electoral votes. My brother was listening to it.
oh. Now let me
By the
put
way,
on.
I don't think we ever talked about that. The name for soldiers in the Space Force is going to be Guardians.
Guardians.
Now, let me just put on my tinfoil hat.
That's a
because
napkin.
That's a
several countries. in
That's
the
not
past,
going to protect you from anything.
several countries in the past month have all declared that they have found evidence of like alien life out there. Like one country even went as far as to saying that they found like 13 separate civilizations or something.
What? Okay, you're gonna have to pull up sources
Hold
for
on.
this because
Yeah.
I
that
have
sounds
not
like
heard about
I-
this at all.
no.
So,
That like okay.
I'm pretty
I am
sure I would have heard about this if this
I am
was-
the resident space guy, and I feel like I would have heard something about that because I can tell you, even if they are announcing it, it's 100% bullshit.
Israel's former space security chief claims
Oh,
aliens exist
that
and Trump
guy.
knows.
He's like isn't he like 80 years old and like senile?
But the whole thing is tin hat on because that's why the Space Force got made. It's because the aliens are coming and we're
Aliens
fucked.
don't exist. Or
They do.
let me rephrase that. Aliens do exist. They will never ever come to Earth.
No, here's actual tin hat on, but I don't have a tin hat, foil hat, or whatever. But space war coming. That treaty's going to expire at some point, so that's what the Space Force is. Air
Sorry,
Force.
what treaty?
Oh.
There's a treaty that war cannot be waged outside of Earth's atmosphere.
Yes.
Problem is that waging war outside of Earth, we haven't sent people to the moon in fucking years. Waging a war out there is gonna be damn near
Steve,
impossible. Now,
Steve.
now, if you said orbital weapons, then I'd be like, okay, yeah.
That counts. That counts.
What?
That
Okay,
counts.
I can go with orbital weapons, but we're not going to be seeing space shuttles like going pew 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 in the upper
Max
atmosphere
blast
anytime
No,
soon.
Steve, you're forgetting something.
What?
This is military. The government will throw all the money they can at the military. They don't give a shit about science, but if it's the military, they'll throw billions of dollars at that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
The F-35 jet program doesn't fucking work, but it still gets $1.5 billion a year.
Oh, yeah.
So the interesting thing is that I only learned about this like a year or two ago. Is that the Air Force has like its own autonomous like space shuttle, space plane, I guess. It's like imagine a B-2 bomber, but paint it like the space shuttle, sort of. Like one of the
So black and
stealth
white.
bombers, but paint it like the space shuttle.
The black and white.
Yeah. But it's like no one really knows what it's for, but they know when it goes and comes back, and doesn't really know like what its cargo is or what exactly it does while it's up there. But it's up there for like months, or I think it was even up there for longer than a year. Either way, it exists, but we
Well,
don't really
because
know what it does.
there was another conspiracy thing that it's all about the orbital weapons again, but I think it was codenamed Spear Rods of God.
Oh, I've heard about those.
Yeah.
Those are dope concept.
Yeah, it's just a satellite that sits up in space and holds these giant metal like rods. Like they're not even missiles or anything. I don't think they're explosives at
No,
all.
they're just they're
literally
kinetic
just-
projectiles.
Yeah, and literally
Yeah.
like they just drop them from space, and it's
Yeah.
like a nuclear bomb falling on somewhere because
Pretty much, yeah.
they just
With
drop
like
with
if
so
you-
much force.
Yeah, it's insane. Hypothetically, it could work, but I feel like you'd have to do a lot of testing, and then then there's like environment. Then there's like air
Steve, I
currents and stuff
guarantee
like
you
that.
the testing has already been done.
Oh, yeah. Okay, here's my thing though. Aliens, I don't think they've ever visited Earth at all.
Oh, no.
And let's be
They've
honest
never
here.
been
If
here.
Trump knew about it, do you really think he would have kept his mouth shut?
No, he would have gotten drunk or something one night and tweeted about it, like,
Exactly.
"Hey, aliens exist. You gotta believe me.
We-
Aliens are real."
We've been negotiating with
They
them.
love my
I
ass.
think they're calling me. They're calling me the best
We love 'em.
negotiator.
They love
They
love
love-
us.
They love
They
me.
probed my ass. They
Not
loved
really-
it. They said it's the best ass. in the
Not
president
really
has
into-
had.
That's the most beautiful part about today is just we'll not have to put up with that likely ever again.
Not really into the
Yeah.
small grays. Really like the tall whites.
An
Yeah,
orange.
we get to
Uh,
go back to presidents being formal and polite as they bomb the shit out of everyone.
Well,
Oh.
and then so my boss actually came out of his office today, and he's like, he's like, how's everyone? Because we had it on the TV, and he was like, good stuff, right? And I'm like, yeah, really exciting. And then he's like, that's why it's so good, because it's boring again. And I was like,
some part,
yeah.
and I think that's why some little part of me is going to kind of miss Trump, because like don't get me wrong, he's awful and a fucking monster, and I wanted him voted out of office more than anything, but like some little part of me still has this like twisted little like
You
addiction
just
to
crave the drama.
a little bit, yeah,
That's fair.
a little bit.
I
Like
miss the memes.
The
Yeah, there were
memes.
some
memes.
top-tier memes.
But like some part of me does crave the drama, like waking up, look at your phone, and going, "Oh God, what has he done now?" Is it's awful, but it is entertaining on some level. But then I kind of looked back on it, and I'm just like, well, I think what I missed more was like the past 3 months, where it's just been one failure after another for his administration. Like the Four Seasons debacle. When I found out about that, I'm pretty sure I laughed for like 5 minutes straight, just because there is no parody in the world that could possibly be funnier than that. Oh, so fucking funny.
Anyways, I think that's enough of that. Unless anyone
Yeah.
else.
Joe
has
Biden is
anyone else.
president. Things are
Yes. Congrats,
eh,
Joseph
better.
R. Biden, and welcome.
And congrats,
And
Kamala.
Kamala.
Yeah,
Kamala.
girl.
We discussed this earlier. Kamala Harris.
But then the website I saw said Kamala. Like a comma.
If
La.
We will
Vice
learn.
President Harris.
ABC
Yes.
News said that her name has a South Asian origin, so I'm gonna assume it's Kamala.
ABC News also was the one that said Kamala. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yes, congratulations to the new leaders of the United States of America.
The
Yeah,
Bernie
also-
memes
the
are nice.
Republic. The Bernie memes are nice. We're probably gonna get more of those.
But here's how Bernie can still win.
Here's how Bernie could still win.
Still in 2016.
I'll have to look into it for the next podcast, but I'm wondering like what the QAnon people are up to right now. I know there was a couple of them coming out like yesterday. It's just like, oh my god, has Q lied to us the whole time? Ah!
Yeah.
Y'all.
It was a 4chan
No shit,
story.
guys.
Yes.
Anyways, anyone see any good movies this weekend?
I know what you.
Uh,
So
You go first. I've got one though.
I've got a couple,
just
too.
to backtrack a little bit.
Oh god, hold on, I'll be right back.
What?
No, you keep going.
I'm not leaving. Keep
I thought
going.
I heard the word erect and I got very concerned.
Hold on,
Just
I'm
go.
erect.
Correct.
So
Correct.
I mean, I'll be right back is what I said, but continue.
So, Nat obviously really loves movies and is
What?
Wow, I never would have guessed.
and is always very appalled at the fact that I haven't seen XYZ. So, a few weeks ago, I got sick of him getting hot at me, and I'm like, "Look, I'm gonna start keeping a list so that way we can fix this, okay?"
Oh god.
And then a couple weeks ago, I was going grocery shopping and there's a family video on the way, and I saw that they were closing, so we picked up a bunch of
Yep.
movies on that list.
Nice.
Going out of
Granted,
business.
it's only a small percentage, because this list, which I have titled in my phone, movies Nat is mad I haven't seen yet, and so we picked up a bunch of stuff and we started working through that list with 2 movies. On Saturday we watched The Thin Man, which is 1950. I think it's 1950s. I'd have to look at the exact.
Who's in it?
Man. 1934.
34. Okay, never mind.
Who's in it?
Again, it's
You
a
know,
bunch
Johnny
of
Depp.
Golden
hold on.
Age Hollywood actors that I can't name off the top of my head. That I'd have to look on IMDb.
Cast
I'll
name. Let's see.
have a glance.
Anyways, continue.
Dick Van Dyke, I guess.
No.
Oh, that's
No.
interesting.
no.
Or no, someone different.
William
Van Dyke.
Powell.
Never mind.
William
I didn't
Powell is the guy
recognize
on the
any of
cover.
names. But it was wild. It was one of those older movies that aged really well, surprisingly. And I really enjoyed it. It's on HBO Max currently. And I
Okay,
know
might have to have a look at that.
yeah, it's only like 90 minutes. It's very short because it's 30.
What's
That's actually really long for the time period.
Ooh, a murder case, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Murder mystery, and the thing that I love about it the most is that it follows this retired detective who gets pulled onto this murder case because him and his wife are visiting back home for Christmas. And the chemistry between the detective and his wife is so refreshing, even like for that not only for that time period, but even now. Like there are some, like I was told by Nat later, like apparently these 2 actors work together a lot. So
Oh shit, Caesar
Yeah.
Romero.
that's
I know
what
that one.
they played
He-
off of each other really well. But my
Mhm.
favorite moment in that movie is they're kind of like messing with each other a little bit. They have a shot of them, like she shoves his shoulder, he does something goofy, and then she does something goofy back to him, and she's walking away, and he's ready to slap her ass, and then the actor just remembers, wait, this is a code movie. I gotta,
Nah.
I can't do that because early Hollywood had a code, man.
For those that don't know, Caesar Romero was the OG Joker in Batman 1966.
Oh yeah,
I didn't see where he was. What was
He
his name?
he was Chris
played.
Jorgensen.
Yeah. He's pretty far down the cast list, so maybe you would. I'm not.
Yeah, I didn't catch him.
I don't know. I don't actually
Hello.
know. Like, I'm pretty up on like old timey like movie stars just from like my exposure to old time radio throughout the years. But I don't really know. That's the only name I know off the top of my head on this list.
But would recommend.
Okay.
And then on Monday we watched Logan.
Logan, as in like
Oh,
the
yeah.
X-Men movie.
Yes.
No spoilers. I've already gotten
Yeah.
spoilers for it, but I'm actually working my way through the X-Men movies currently with Vanessa. So
You ever seen
Oh,
Logan?
no, I own it. I've just never gotten around to seeing it because I wanted to get like because I'd only ever seen I'd like the first 3 X-Men movies back in the day and like First Class, but I haven't seen like
I'm
Days
sorry.
of Future Past or Apocalypse or
Most
Uh,
of the newer ones are not worth watching.
I
would
I gotta-
disagree. Days of Future
First-
Past is my favorite X-Men
I
movie.
said, I said most of the new
Okay,
ones.
okay. Days of Future Past is the best one.
I
I
mean,
haven't.
it's kind of 50-50 because I enjoyed First Class and I've heard Days of Future Past is really good and I've heard Apocalypse and Dark Phoenix are dog shit. So
I never saw Dark Phoenix.
no, I don't think many people did because
it got
they heard it
panned.
was dog shit.
But anyway, Logan's really good, but it's really heavy. Just as a
Yes.
fair warning.
Yeah.
Also,
Very.
My dad saw it and he didn't like it because there was a little girl murdering people and I'm just like, that's okay, sure, that's a
That
reason to
sounds very
dislike
much
something, I
like it.
guess.
no, but
Yeah.
it was good. It was a little heavy for my mood that day, but it was very well done, and it is technically a western. Uh, there's a lot of allusions, those types of things and whatnot. It's really
If you like westerns, you should watch The Mandalorian.
That's not a movie. I
It's not a
watched
movie, but it's
I
good
watched
shit. Would
The
recommend.
Good Dinosaur.
Oh, that
Oh,
Pixar
yeah,
movie that
movie
no
is
one
good.
ever
That
heard
Pixar
about.
movie that no one saw.
Yeah.
I thought it was okay. Yes, there's a Danny now back there. As far as Pixar movies goes, probably
Completely
Def-
forgettable.
yes, definitely in the
That's
bottom
why
half.
no one talks about it.
I think even Pixar
You bring me
knew
the
that
treats?
because, like, at the time, I heard it like, "Hey, there's the Good Dinosaur is a Pixar movie. It's coming out." Radio fucking silence. Now, just like that at some point, like the next year's like, "Hey, what happened to that movie?" Like, I don't even think they did like a marketing campaign for
Same
it.
thing happened with Soul. Like they marketed Soul at the
Well,
beginning,
that's pandemic.
and then I didn't hear anything about it, and all of a sudden it's out and it being like raved with critical reviews. But Good
I think
Dinosaur
that's because
was
of the pandemic, though. So
Good Dinosaur is a fine movie. It's a fine animated movie. It's an okay Pixar movie. Like, and so Christine and I have been doing this whole Pixar rewatch where we've watched every single Pixar movie in release order. And just overall, Cars 2 is the worst one. But,
never seen any of the Cars movies.
okay, Cars 1 and 3 are good. Cars 2,
Oh, that's right. There were 3 of them.
Cars 2, even it's the same thing. Like, as a movie on its own, it's okay. Yeah, it's a cash grab, but besides that, it's okay. I'm not gonna call it good, but it's okay. It's not bad. And if that's Pixar's worst movie, then Pixar has a pretty stellar track record.
Yeah, it does.
The first Cars was probably the first Pixar movie where I was like, I don't think that was very good.
Oh, really?
I was not a fan.
I also don't think it was aimed at you though. So
Well,
When did Cars 1 come out?
no, Pixar is generally aimed at as broad an audience as possible.
Yes.
So
I feel like though, like
Pixar makes movies for everyone.
yeah.
I feel like you could
2006.
probably say that like that is an exception.
Also, I'm
because
watching magical girl anime aimed at 10-year-old girls right now. So
Also, I would argue
Fair.
that 2006 I was in 6th grade. Mike might have been 7th. So
Yeah.
we were still kind of in their age demographic.
yeah.
yeah, I just never
we're,
saw it.
we're starting to get at that
Yeah.
age though where we're like, that's not cool.
But
yeah,
but
like that
as
age
my-
range, yeah.
As my cousin's husband says, Cars is the greatest movie of all time because it's 2 hours long and I don't have to watch the kids for 2 hours.
Cars
Fair enough.
is okay.
I saw, not for the first time, we did a Harry Potter movie marathon. Not really Harry Potter, but we saw, but we did a Fantastic Beasts marathon.
I think you call it a marathon if it's 2 movies.
Well, I mean, we watched them both in a row, so it's technically a marathon.
And
Yeah,
It-
I still yet
They're
second that.
fine.
they're both
Yeah,
fine,
I watched the first one. I was like, that was pretty good. I have no desire to see a sequel.
If you think 2
Well,
was if you thought the first one was only pretty good, you're gonna hate the second one.
The second, like both of them felt like very unfocused. If that
The
makes any
the
sense.
second one specifically was very unfocused, and
Yes.
like not a whole lot happened to like progress
No.
the plot. Like at the end of the movie, they're pretty much at the almost the same exact spot as they were at the beginning of it. Just like
Mm-hmm.
a couple things have changed, but like for the most part, you're like, what happened to this movie? And even to this day, I'm still kind of like, what happened during that movie? And I
So,
vaguely remember it.
Has everyone that wants to see them seen them?
No,
I don't give a shit.
Monica
You
said
haven't
no.
seen it?
I haven't seen the second one.
Do you want to see it?
Maybe someday.
Yeah, I just want to talk about it.
Okay, because there's a big spoiler at the end
Yeah.
that just made me and Vanessa go, really?
No, that spoiler, I
Carries
was
a
kind of
Horcrux.
like, that spoiler, I was kind of like, oh, okay.
Oh, it's fucking stupid.
I was like,
Don't
oh,
you-
that's okay.
No, it's not. It's dumb.
I thought it was okay.
No, it's very stupid. It's just them pulling plot points out of their
Dumbledore's
ass
gay.
again.
can I make a slight side conversation that wasn't on the list regarding Fantastic
Sure.
Beasts? Just how Johnny Depp has gotten done dirty
Oh, fuck
by
that
Yeah.
bitch, Amber Heard.
everyone, and like
Yeah.
he lost his role as Grindelwald.
Which is just bullshit. Like they fired him after the fact that she had thrown him under that she had been the one abusing him came out.
And then that was revealed like a year ago that like she was the one that was the abusive one, and now people are still like firing him and shit, and he now has to take lesser roles for less money to even get work.
Fucking awful.
They're doing my boy wrong.
Yeah, also and
I
fuck
don't know, did you
Amber
see
Heard.
Pirates 5? I think he was clocked out of that one.
Well, no. So has everyone seen Pirates 5?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, very very vague, but he was like drunk most of the movie.
Yes.
But that's
Johnny
'cause
Depp or Jack Sparrow?
Jack Sparrow was drunk most of the movie, but that's because that's just kind of where he is in his, I guess, his hero cycle. Is that he's at the end? He's like washed up.
He's washed up.
He's washed up. Pirates are kind of just going away, so he's just got nothing else in his life. And so I kind of like that they took that spin on the character.
But also, he was reportedly a nightmare to work with on set, and they had
really?
to feed him lines through an earpiece.
Okay, that's kind of funny.
Yikes.
But he wants back into the Pirates universe. Probably not. He can't get work.
I don't think the last one made enough money for them to make another one.
They are.
Oh, it's Disney. It's
Oh, they
Disney.
are?
They'll make
They're
another one.
rebooting the Pirates movie, and they're making a spin-off all-female one.
Ooh.
Okay.
I
Interesting.
like the idea of Lady Pirate.
Mm-hmm.
Give me
All
Lady.
I mean, that was
female.
the best part of the third movie, so...
Margot Robbie was cast as the lead pirate, as one of the lead
Ooh.
pirates.
So okay, you know what?
I'm
I was
sold.
Just like, man, you know what? I was just like, oh great. I always felt like the all-female Ghostbusters. I saw it. It was funny enough from what bits, or I didn't. I saw bits of it. It was funny enough from what I saw, but I just like felt forced from like the beginning. But like, I'm a bit more open to the idea now that I know that I know that sounds sexist as fuck, and I apologize,
It does.
but
I missed it. What did he say?
it wasn't meant to sound sexist. Anyway.
Just keep going.
Anyway, Margot
late, Steve.
Robbie. I'm like, I love Margot Robbie. I'm in.
Okay.
Like just from that.
I never saw the new Ghostbusters. I heard it was okay. I'm really excited for the new Ghostbusters.
I'm not. I don't give
Why?
a shit.
Wait, there's another one?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
With a bunch of one of the kids from Stranger Things is in it, I guess. I don't
Yeah.
fucking know.
Ghostbusters Afterlife. It's supposed to be
Literally-
more of like a realism kind of.
I don't care.
Is it
I have
more
no
horror?
nostalgia for the original Ghostbusters whatsoever.
Oh, I do.
First
Yeah,
one's
it's
good.
it's
I
Finn
mean, it's not.
Wolfhard.
It's not a bad movie or anything. I enjoyed watching it, but it's just like I think I saw it when I was like just before I like 10 or older, so I don't really have any nostalgia attached to it. So I don't know.
I do.
I don't
love
care
movies.
one way or the
I'm
other.
just done with the never-ending franchises. I'm just done.
Yeah,
I,
that's fair.
But Mike-
I don't have the energy for any of them. Most of them are turning into shit.
But Mike,
I just
that's
don't care.
capitalism, baby.
Yeah, I know. Fucking sucks.
Just keep re-rolling out the same ideas for the masses to consume. Yeah. Sorry,
That's-
that's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird. Anyone else see any good movies this weekend or recently?
I rewatched Burn the Witch, which is kind of a movie broken up into 3 episodes.
Huh?
That anime.
It's
Yes, it's anime. It's from the Bleach author. So it's
Wow.
good. It's done by Studio Colorido, who did those like Twilight Pokemon specials last year
Oh,
that were
okay.
really cool looking.
Is that
It's good.
that wasn't the one with the screaming Charmander, right?
No, that was Pokemon Generations. That came out like 8 years ago.
No, no, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
No, shut up.
Hold on, let me look. Or no, that was Pokemon Origins. How long ago did that?
The screaming
Pokemon Origins
Charmander.
Wolverine.
Yeah, Pokemon Origins Pokemon Origin was October 2013.
Oh no! I'm
Yeah,
old. We were in college. We're old.
yes, we
We
were
were
in college. We weren't
Steve,
even halfway through
This
college.
is probably hurting him.
Steve,
I'm not sure.
Yeah?
take us away from this. Tell us what your contract tracing. Oh
Okay.
God!
So,
So
I
old.
had
Sorry, go ahead.
Thursday last week, I get a text while I'm at work, and it says something along the lines of, "Yo, it's the Lake County Health Department. Expect a call from us in the next 24 hours. This is urgent." The callback number. So I do some googling, and the callback number is the COVID contact tracing hotline. I'm like, oh fuck. And I just been to the dentist office the previous Tuesday, and the hygienist had told me that the doctor was out that day for because he had a potential COVID exposure, so
Mhm.
connecting the dots. So
Why not just shut down the entire office?
well, I don't know.
Whatever. Keep going.
Anyway, so sorry, I lost my train of thought there.
Doctor out.
Yeah. So I wait all day Thursday. They don't call me. In the morning, so I wake up on Friday. I text my bosses, like, send her like the screenshot. I was like, "Yo, should I come into work today?" And she's like, "Yeah, probably not." So I stayed home that day. Didn't call me all day Friday either. So more than 24 hours passed, and I'd been trying to contact them this entire time, just like, "Yo, should I be at work or not?" But they didn't pick up. Send me to a mailbox, like a voicemail box every time. So I'm sitting in my own house masked up because I don't want to expose Vanessa in case I do have an exposure. Saturday, I'm clear coating the bathroom, the downstairs bathroom, because we painted our tiles and we're finally getting around to clear coating them. So I get finally the call. I get a call from that number, and I pick it up, and they're like, "Hey, is this not my name?" And I'm just like, no, that's
Oh.
not this." It turns out they had my number under someone else's name, so I had no
Yeah.
exposure whatsoever. I've never been so angry and relieved at the exact same time. Like,
It's water.
I was fucking livid. Like, I don't think it's their fault because someone probably gave them the wrong phone number, but are you fucking kidding me? Like, that was more than 24 hours. I could have exposed a whole bunch of people during that time period if
But,
I was infected. It's wildly.
Did you
I'm
tell
sure
him
they're
that?
under. What?
Did you tell him that? It's been
No,
more than
I was
24 hours.
no, I was too busy being like, "Oh, thank you."
Oh, thank
But on the flip side, though, for the
And
person
I'm
whose
not gonna.
number it
And
was
I'm
supposed to
sure.
be,
What?
but on the flip side, though, for the person whose number it was supposed to be,
Yeah.
Oh, there. I
But
didn't even think
like,
about that.
I don't like to chew out people over the phone,
I did
especially when
today.
they're like
yeah,
doing
don't do
their
that.
yeah, well, especially when they're just doing their job. I'll chew out telemarketers though, because fuck those guys. But
I did that.
um, like, I'm not gonna like chew them out for just doing the job when they're probably like super understaffed as it is. So like, it's fucked, but I don't know. But yeah, so that was
Oh.
turned off my video. Hold on. Sorry.
I'm double. Oh, there.
Good job,
I-
Goof! Fucked it all up.
But yeah, that was a very stressful 3 days.
Ugh.
Nice.
Like,
I had a
like,
Ate lunch in my car on Thursday because like well I probably shouldn't take off my mask inside work.
more hydrate. God. I chewed someone out today because not really chewed out, but I was very passive aggressive against them because I had to get in contact with this software provider for support, and like I spent a week waiting for them to get back to me. I won't get into the full story, but I spent like a week waiting for them to get back to me, and they just didn't. And so I went around their support and went directly to their account manager at the company, and I'm like, "Hey, can you help me? Like your technical support isn't doing anything." He's like, "Oh yeah, I'll get you the stuff." I was like, "Cool." And then today they finally got back to me, like a week after I did the upgrade, and oh god damn it, hydrate. And then so the lady on the phone was like, "So I'm just calling to follow up. Just I see there's a couple tickets open. Was your issue resolved?" And I was like, "Yeah, you guys never called me, so I went around you and went straight to the account manager for help, and he was great."
Yeah, the other guy was great.
Yeah, it was pretty
He
much
helped
like
a lot.
I will say. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
well, I mean, like, and the thing is, like, I get like that, like, don't chew out people that are trying to help you, but like, they didn't help me or attempt.
Yeah, but speaking as a former phone representative, there is so much fucking red tape sometimes.
Okay, yeah, for red tape stuff. I work on the phone every day. That's all I do.
Yeah, you get it. That there's just so much fucking red tape that it's just like there can't even do your job sometimes.
Not at my company. Like, there is no red tape. Like, I pick up the phone, it could be anyone, and I talk to them. Kind of nice.
That is nice. At my former position, it was literally like there was just so much like red tape and jump through sometimes to do anything, and most of the time you couldn't even do anything anyway. Whereas
Gross.
like, what the fuck am I doing here? Which is why I got out, among other.
That's good. I think it's time for some sports. Ryan, go with the sports theme song.
Do we have one?
Ah!
Go with the sports theme song. No, we don't have one yet.
We don't have one.
Copyright.
Bum, bum, bum.
Na na
Red
na
tape, you want
na
red
na.
tape? I'm in banking.
Hey.
I live covered in red tape, but it's all for good reason. Okay.
The Hawks are trash. Let's talk.
The Hawks.
Oh,
cause
sorry.
me pain.
Sorry, I was wearing a Hawks shirt the other day, and my grandma's with me right now, and she saw me. She's like, "You shouldn't be wearing that."
That's funny.
Why? What happened to the Hawks?
They cause me pain.
They suck.
Take it
Good
away,
old-
Ryan.
Good old Stan Bowman. Gotta keep the fan favorites around. Pay them money that they don't need. Anyway.
Okaner.
Oh, he deserves to be paid. So does Taze. But Brian Bickle did not need $4 million for 4 years.
Oh,
For
he's still on the Hawks?
No, we had to beg Carolina to take him and give up one of our best prospects in order for them to bite. And now he's doing really well in Carolina, and Bickle is out of the league. Anyway, the Minnesota Vikings have had more head coaches and general managers poached out from under them than playoff wins in the last 5 years. The New York Jets signed the second ever head coach of Arabic descent in NFL history, signing over San Francisco 49ers defensive coordinator Robert Saleh. Although, well, and this is going back in their history, they didn't sign him as head coach initially. The Jets also had the first coach of Arabic descent in Rich Kotite. For the sake of Jets fans everywhere, let's hope Saleh doesn't turn out like Rich Kotite. Rich Kotite had a win-loss record spanning a total of 32 games, where he won 4 games and lost 28, including a 1-15 campaign in 1996.
Eee.
Also, when I was looking at the list of New York Jets coaches, their first coach of the Jets after they had changed names from the New York Titans, and this is real, the dude's name was Weeb Eubank.
Yeah, boy. Weeb, you bang.
I wanted to take another opportunity to
Betcha.
I want to take another opportunity to dunk on the Steelers again. They started the season 11-0. They proceed to go 1-4 down the stretch, losing to the Browns not once but twice in consecutive weeks, including the wild card game that they lost last week in hilarious fashion. No member of the coaching staff got fired that I know of. They haven't made a Super Bowl appearance since 2010. Star wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster is turning into a cancer that Antonio Brown was a couple of seasons ago for them. And Cassius Claypool, I guess he's on defense, despite the loss, wanted to remind people that he made a third string player on another team flinch.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh, spooky.
No Danny logo in the center of the screen this week.
It's down there.
No, she's there.
Oh, she's like down below.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Jacksonville Jaguars signed 3-time college football champion as head coach from the University of Florida and Ohio State, and former linebacker, quarterback, and wide receiver coach for Illinois State, Urban Meyer, to be their next head coach. Should fit nicely with ISU alum James Robinson at running back and future quarterback Trevor Lawrence from Clemson. The Ottawa Senators will have their 3 goalies sit apart from each other in the dressing room, so if one of them gets COVID, it won't infect the other 2. They got this idea. They got this idea from the Denver Broncos, so they don't have a 5th string wide receiver play starting quarterback, which happened to the Broncos.
Oh
Fucking rip.
Whoopsies.
The International Ice Hockey Federation will be moving the 2021 World Championship from Belarus due to the main sponsor refusing to fund the tournament because of human rights violations going on in the country.
Yeah, that's a bit of a downer.
Cleveland Cavalier player Kevin Porter Jr. is probably going to be released or traded after a locker room tirade that included him throwing food around after
Classy.
the team gave his locker to another player.
It's a locker, you child.
James Harden, now of the Brooklyn Nets, through a blockbuster trade as of last week, continues to defy everyone as to how he can look so fit in one photo prior to a game, then proceed to look like a fat piece of shit before the next game during warm-ups. It's heavily implied he has a fat suit because some of the photos from day by day, it does not add up.
But why would you have a? I
Because
have so many
he didn't want to
questions.
play in
imagine
Houston.
they're
He's
just-
from Houston. He didn't want to play in Houston. They didn't have anybody
Okay.
there.
I imagine they're just food babies.
Could be
Um,
lots of calories.
Community activist and part-time player for the Brooklyn Nets, Kyrie Irving, recently bought a home for George Floyd's family.
Okay, good deed. Hilarious title.
And this is on the side note on Irving. He was fined $50,000 by the NBA for refusing to play and forced to pay $800,000 back to the Nets.
Wait, was he one of the ones that's also a flat earther?
Yeah, he is the flat earther.
I'm so conflicted about this man.
Do I like him or do I hate him?
I don't like him. I'm not sure I hate him.
The New
I'm definitely
Orleans
not neutral.
The New Orleans Saints closed out a 4-year span where they won 49 regular season games, which totals out to the most wins by any team in any 4-year span that did not reach the Super Bowl.
Rip.
Rip Drew Brees' career. After 21 years, Tom Brady of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will finally play in his first NFC Championship game this weekend.
Wait,
He
really?
played for the Patriots, and Patriots are in the AFC.
It's a joke.
Oh, I get it.
Going
you what?
along with that, if the Buccaneers beat the Packers this weekend, every Tampa sports team will have made their respective finals for their sports.
Ooh, that'd be dope.
Oh.
That's cool. Fuck the Packers.
Fuck
Yeah.
the Packers.
Just when things were looking up for the New York Mets, their
Bucks.
general manager was discovered having sent 62 unanswered texts to a foreign female reporter in 2016, including at least one dick pic after she had ignored dozens of his texts.
Oh my
He
god.
has since been fired.
Oh my God.
Throwback to last week.
So Nat and I actually saw this on the news, and the way that the news reporter described it is because for some reason they were like, and you could see his bulge, like what I can't remember
His
the exact phrase. It
bulge.
was like his bulge, and it was just so awkwardly phrased. And
It
I'm like,
just say penis. You can say penis.
yeah, it was just really awkward.
Not on daytime TV, you can't.
Yes,
But
you
they said
can.
it was like 2 minutes later, so I don't know what the
Dr.
problem
Phil
is.
says penis. Not Dr. Phil. Dr.
Oz.
Bulge in
Oz,
his groin
thank you.
area. Thank you, Nat. Bulge
Well,
in his
Bulge
groin
in his
area.
One of the
groin
big
area.
doctors.
Ooh.
Well, I would just like to say fuck both of those quacks, but especially fuck Dr. Oz.
I'm sorry, Ryan. Continue. I just wanted to talk about the phrasing bulge in his area. Continue.
And this is the last thing that I have. The WNBA team, the Atlanta Dream, will soon have a new owner, soon to be former co-owner and current runner-up in the Georgia Senate runoff elections. Kelly Loeffler is backing out of the position for undisclosed reasons. The team made headlines for partaking in the WNBA movement of wearing BLM shirts during warm-ups last season, much to the opposition of Loeffler, who wrote to the commissioner of the league to put an end to it, and it subsequently fell on deaf ears. Also, shortly before the runoff election, the team that she owns wore shirts that said "Vote Warnock" "Vote Warnock" during warm-ups and in promos.
Isn't she one of those QAnon nuts, or
She might have been.
I know we got one of them that's like that's going to be supposedly introducing articles of impeachment against Biden tomorrow. So
All I know is the guy who beat her has seen Shoujo Cosette, so I'm all about him.
oh yeah, that guy.
Anime and politics? Sure.
I mean, that's going to
Impeachment
legitimately
against
happen a
Biden?
lot more in the next 20 years, probably.
True.
I want my Hero Academia senator.
Bernie Sanders?
Bernie absolutely watches
Wait,
anime.
Impeachment against
totally see it,
Biden? What?
honestly. That one of the QAnon nut Marjorie Taylor Greene is like before Biden was a week or two ago says she was drafting articles of impeachment to introduce literally tomorrow. And I'm just like, you're a fucking clown.
He's done nothing yet.
Exactly. It's like you're a clown. This is just for attention. Shut the fuck up. And
Even if he gets impeached, then Kamala becomes president.
Yeah, it's just like
if he's impeached, removed from office, Kamala becomes president.
Exactly. There's like no point. It's like if we just impeach presidents because we don't like them, then it just cheapens it. Like Trump did some very impeachable shit. Like,
well, it's just the whole
it's
the very much so we're diving farther into the left-right debate. Just no one's gonna get anything done unless they own both the House and the Senate, and when it's split, there's gonna be just nothing gets done.
But to answer my question, it's basically why I want attention. I don't like this. I want attention. Just that.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So when Rickon just is like, I want attention. I'm gonna jump on the top of the TV. I want attention.
Give me attention.
I'm gonna impeach your TV.
This TV is mine.
You are watching. There have been times though that because the front of the TV has a touch sensor to turn it on and off. There's been times he'll lay down like this in front of the TV and he'll move in such a way where he turns the TV off.
Your cat's a dick.
He's
so
he's what?
He's wonderful.
Oh, I did. He can be wonderful and be a dick at the same time.
They are not exclusive.
No.
So Christina and I have a problem.
Yes, I
Uh-oh.
want to know about your problem.
We're addicted to
fish.
We're addicted to fish.
Wow, I'm
fucking
I
shocked.
mean,
knew
we
it.
already knew that.
So first off, last Friday, last Thursday, or I think it was last Thursday, we moved pretty much every single one of our female guppies to a separate tank. So we have 2 currently. We moved them all to the other
Sir
tank.
guppies.
What?
2 tanks, you said?
Yes, 2 tanks. We moved all the female guppies, which is like 90% of them, to one tank. So we only had like
I'm
5
still
males.
listening. I'll be back.
We only had like 5 males left in the big tank, which if you're gonna affect bioload like that, it's kind of bad. So we were like, okay, so we should replace them with something. We went to the fish store, and so if you were watching the streams over the weekend or recently, you might have seen that there's some bigger fish in there now. Those are gouramis. Gourami, and they're kind of assholes, it turns out. But also it turns out they might die in a month. Because
Oh, cool.
apparently gouramis, these dwarf gouramis, are insanely inbred to the point where they all have a very high chance of having this genetic uncurable disease.
COVID?
Yeah,
Oh.
sure. I forgot what the disease is called, but it's something that's uncurable and just kind of happens with them because they just
COVID?
they're so inbred because of their color. But so that'll be fun.
Oh, y'all got some Lannister guppies.
But then so yesterday, Christine's dad had asked us to come help out with a couple things around her grandma's house. So we did that, but while we were also there, we Rochambeaued a fish stand, and then we took her dad's 29-gallon tank.
What do you
So-
mean Rochambeau to fish stand?
I mean, we took it from her grandma.
You stole a fish stand.
Okay,
Well,
but
Rochambeau is like rock, paper, scissors, except Japanese, but...
but also
No, that's John Kenpo.
Oh, then what's Rochambeau?
anyways, but it was technically her dad's stand that he built that just been sitting in her basement because he doesn't need it. So
I
we took
stand
it.
your stand.
So we took that and we took his like 40-year-old fish tank. And so now we have a third fish tank right there.
Why
on
do
stream
you
right
do
now.
this?
You have a problem.
So that one's going to be the pea puffer tank.
How did
Can
this
you
all
say
start
that on-
again?
Can
Where
you
are you
say that
even
on
going to
stream?
put them?
In the
I
tank.
don't think he can say that on stream.
Wait,
Where
what?
can you put... Where
Puffer.
can you... Where are you going to put the tank?
Right there.
Where?
Oh,
Hold
look
on.
on stream. There's a picture of it. It's already set up.
It's super... I'm super
Oh, yeah.
behind.
That.
Is it still up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna refresh. Oh, of course, the second I refresh.
Poop.
No,
Wait,
Yeah.
so
see,
where
I-
is that?
It's in our kitchen. It's right next to the other tank.
Huh.
Oh,
It
okay.
fits
yeah, I know where
perfectly
that
I
is.
there.
legitimately did
You're
not
gonna
know
run
that
out of
was.
apartment.
Seriously, dude.
No, it's fine.
See,
It doesn't take up any more space.
I-
It's fine.
I can't make fun of the space issue because I'm currently trying to figure out where to put another bookshelf.
Because
And
your
I
room has
have-
been taken over by anime.
Have you considered
I have
giving away
8
some
already.
of
Fuck you.
that?
I have 8
I'm-
full shelves so far. Putting up a 9th.
But that brings back to the other problem of last night. Driving home. So out this way, we didn't really get a lot of snow. Maybe like
Just hold it from outside.
half an inch, a quarter inch.
Yeah, I
And
didn't get a whole lot either.
no, but like near her parents, it was snowing like buckets, like whiteout condition.
Really?
Oh, so
Yes.
yeah, it
And
was a
so
lot, I think it was a lot tougher down south.
yeah, we were near Chicago.
Ah,
So I think it was partly lake effect, but like it was like whiteout conditions. Like we were at an intersection and there was a bridge like maybe 50 yards in front of us. Couldn't see the bridge,
Cool.
but I knew there was a bridge there, so I just drove forward. And then and I was kind of like, okay, this will be fun. We get on the highways. The plows are probably prepared for this, and the highways are probably clear by now.
oh baby.
Get on the highway. Nope, nothing's been plowed. Everyone's going like 30, 40 miles per hour. Where people are normally going like 80.
I remember doing something like that last year. It took me like an hour plus to get home when my usual commute's like half an hour.
I have
Oh.
a related story,
This is-
but we're
well,
saving that till the end.
Yes. But anyway, so it took us a long time to get home, and then all of a sudden we hit this one area. I forgot where it was, but all of a sudden, like the roads were just clear. There was nothing on the ground,
Hmm.
and it was just fine the rest of the way home. But so that brings me to my next topic. Any crazy snowstorm stories or anything
Well-
like that?
Well,
Oh, I got one.
If I may, I'm going to jump a little bit. Sorry, Kevin. So
But we're talking about
on
snowstorms.
it relates. I promise. So this hold on. So this past
Oh,
Sunday,
I know where you're going with this. Okay, yeah.
So this past Sunday, was the 1 year anniversary of Rickon's Gotcha Day. It was the day that I brought him.
We were gonna
And
end with that.
I know, but
Don't you
there's
even read my notes?
Yes, I do, but this is
This
related.
is
I
actually
promise.
it is a really
Happy
good
Gotcha
transition
Day!
into this one.
Happy Gotcha Day, Rickon.
Because the big thing was I drove all the fuck over Lake County, and it took me forever because there was a giant snowstorm that started literally the second I left. So to get from my place to the shelter probably normally takes about 35 minutes, took me like an hour. I drove from the shelter to my friend's house, was currently taking care of Rickon. That took me like an hour and a half, hour 45, which shouldn't take that long
Wait, why do you have to go from the shelter to your friend's house
because
if
she
the
was
cat?
foster kid.
Right, why do you have to go there? Oh, the shelter for the paperwork.
Yeah, and going from her place to mine, which normally should be like 15 minutes, took like 30. So it was a lot of driving in the snow when I'm already an anxious as fuck driver. And it was all worth it.
Nice. Nat says that he was driving on the highway once when it was snowing and someone lost a whole ass couch in the middle of the road. I'm wondering though, was it like a love seat, a sofa, or a sectional, like 3-piece, 4-piece? What are we talking about here? How big is the couch? I need to know. I need answers.
I have never heard this story. This one's new to me.
He's
And
hiding things from
And,
you.
and Patrick, did it snow 18 inches like recently in normal?
Yeah, I was gonna
That's
say
a lot
I
of
get
fucking snow.
I don't have any snow stories or anything. I just wish the whoever is in charge of Lincoln Highway would fix the signs in the middle of the road that people have run over. Like the street signs. Because there's one the sign where it's got it's a white sign where it's got like the triangle at the top and then this line that goes like, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
The street sign. Whatever one of those is like knocked down, but it's like they don't like come out of the ground, they're just fucking bent over. But one of them is like kinda in the street, so I have to like swerve around it so I don't slash my tires open on it.
Jesus. Dare Commissar, what's his
That's Patrick.
Patrick.
Everyone
So
got that much snow in 2011. That was
well,
Snowmageddon.
Yeah, it's Snowmageddon 2011. It was great.
I'm pretty sure we
I
had
shoveled
like
snow during that.
I'm so sorry.
I didn't. I woke up and my dad had already snowplowed everything. But I think we got like 18 to 20 inches too.
It was
like,
great. It's great.
School closed for 3 days. It was beautiful.
There was I think my senior year it got so cold they canceled classes for like 2 days.
Mhm.
That was fun too. We had like stuffed towels in our air conditioner because the air conditioner was leaking cold air into our apartment. But yeah, Snowmageddon was the one where you got Kevin. Did you live in Hewitt or Manchester? I forget. So
Manchester.
you could. I don't remember what side of the building you were on, but you could see like you could see like the library and Tri Towers, right?
I was on the other side.
Oh, but I assume you've been to rooms on that side.
Yes, because I was
Anyway,
in a room that faced Redbird Arena.
Yeah, but so you like if it's snowing decently, you usually lose sight of Tri Towers because there's a lot of distance in between Tri Towers and Hewitt Manchester.
Yeah.
During Snowmageddon, we lost sight of the library.
Oh.
The library you were there, weren't you?
No, I wasn't at ISU.
Oh, that was my freshman year.
Yeah, that was your freshman.
It was me and my roommate Stefan actually ventured out to get food that day, and I almost blew away on my way home.
God, no.
It was Yeah, that was fun.
The wild thing about Snowmageddon was I did speech team in high school. And uh the Snowmageddon happened a few days before regional. And everyone was like, oh, and my coach was like, oh shit. And the school was closed for like 2-3 days, Kevin said.
Yeah, for me we got a half day and then 2 full days off.
I
Nice.
think, yeah, I think we had, I think it was like a Wednesday night, so it was that
Yep.
Thursday and Friday.
Exactly.
And I only remember this because my speech practices were always Tuesday, Thursdays. So Thursday we couldn't rehearse for regionals, and that made my coach hella nervous. And this was in the era before so she tried to have like the coaches like call us and we do our our
God.
speeches over the phone. And it was just, and it didn't even do anything anyway because he couldn't see anything. It was silly. So how I know
Mike,
Yeah.
tell me about X-Arm.
oh
Okay.
yeah,
I want to know about this anime.
yes, because
Well,
I want to watch this anime, Mike.
really don't. So it's
I want to
No,
watch
don't,
it though.
please.
it's the one that I've been telling you guys about for a couple weeks now, where the
the one that
anime,
has
It's a really bad one. Yeah.
where the animation is just horrific, and I'm gonna send this
so-
in. What?
So is it better or worse than Ruby season 1?
Oh, way fucking worse.
Wow, that is saying something.
But I'm gonna send that
Because like
because this is what happened this week. Now,
Twitter.
yeah, Twitter. Kevin, you can put the first image up on. Let me know when you have the first image up.
oh,
What images?
I just.
Oh, these censored ones.
that is silly.
Yeah. So, in the second episode, they
censored
censored a kiss on screen. Now, the initial reaction is, what the fuck is going on? Are they censoring two girls kissing? What's going on? And
They can't
Kanapa,
animate lips, can they?
well, no, because Kanapa who's like the resident like anime production expert, is like, no, they just had to censor it because otherwise the faces would be clipping through each other.
Oh,
Like
What?
the reply, the second tweet in that thread, you could see some of the facial animations in that GIF there of him with
Oh,
the
let's see.
saucepan.
Oh God.
Oh, here's the image.
Oh
on screen.
God, he's just moving his mouth up and down.
Yeah, that is the
Hey.
extent of the facial animation. Is the jaw moves up and down.
So wait
I
a
thought it was a
second.
girl. They're
So
two
is
girls,
this
right?
the first time?
Yes.
Yes. Is this the first time the studio has ever made anything?
Yeah. So
Wait, it is.
let me describe what is going on with this production.
Oh boy.
Not only is it not an anime studio making that, the director, not only has the director never worked on anime before, his idea was, I'm going to film everything in live action
Oh.
and then just do CG animation on it. And
so that's the reference of the cats of anime.
yeah. And
Because I was about to say, so it's a spectacle anime that doesn't really make any sense, and there's no plot.
no, it's just the bizarre, awful decisions that are getting made on the production end. That's where my cat's analogy comes
Just
from.
fucking rotoscope it at that point. They make
It's
great
actually
movies that are rotoscoped,
Yeah.
like Scanner Darkly with
Crun-
Keanu Reeves and shit.
Crunchyroll is on the production committee for this thing.
Whoever made
Oh,
this should be
no.
shot. Not
Yeah.
lethally, but they should be shot.
Not lethally, just in the
Like
Yeah, I
in
don't
the
want to kill
toe.
anyone. You don't want to
Yeah.
kill anyone for bad art. You know, just like maim them.
It's so bad that in the second episode, one of the people who was credited for key animation was the software that they used to make it.
Oh no. That's terrible.
Like, I know every studio has to start somewhere, but fuck, dude.
This is yeah. Canopa's probably going to have a video on it at some point. I will share it with you because he's going to have a field day tearing this thing apart. It's so. I feel bad for the guy who wrote the manga because he's watching his thing get
Yeah.
animated and just be like, "Well, there goes my career."
Imagine if you worked so hard on a manga, like you worked and you slaved on the drawings and the plot, and then someone's like, "Hey, we want to make an anime out of your manga," and you're like, "Okay," and then all of a sudden it comes out and you're like, "Oh God, what did you do to my child?"
Because, like, if you look at that second picture, his art's not bad. It's
No.
pretty decent.
It looks fine.
It's not horrible.
I mean, how do you think the creator for My Sister, My Writer feels?
I
Like,
don't know
I
what
don't
that
think
is.
he feels anything.
Sounds like incest. Sounds like incest anime.
It is.
Oh,
We discussed this.
No, nope. Don't do.
Well,
I don't
wonder
do
what
it. Don't do incest stuff.
That-
It's too
this
weird
is
for me.
adapted from.
Call
was
me
it a
vanilla, but it's too weird for me.
Wow, the cover on the light novel is
What are you
way
doing,
better
Step
than
Steve?
What?
What are you doing, Step Steve?
Oh, ew. Oh no. Ew. Oh, blah. Step Steve. Fuck
Yeah,
right
Step
off
Steve.
of that
I
shit.
still remember the time when you guys didn't know what Onichan meant and thought you were gonna use it in a sexy way, and I'm like, no.
I
We
don't
didn't
know.
know.
What that means, and that'll be a conversation for after the podcast, probably.
It just
It's
means brother.
sister in Japanese,
No, it's
or
it's older
brother.
brother.
oh yeah. Excuse me while I cringe into the fabric of my chair.
Oh, okay. I've seen that technically before in a
Like
manner.
cringe. I want to cringe more.
Like
That was
Like-
when we were watching Pupa, another really awful anime.
Yeah.
no, the only reason I'm like I know that trope because Danganronpa V3 they have all these like love scenes where they range from very cute and very mild kind of raunchy, and there is the what was the term you used, Mike? Oni-chan?
Onichan. It's
There-
like it's a pronoun basically.
Yeah. One of
I
the
sent the
one of
quick
the
thing.
characters
I
has
sent
Oni.
the an image from My Sister, My Writer. You can put it up on.
Let's have it. Ryan.
Oh,
Oh!
Uh,
Oh God!
Monica, continue.
I'm sorry, Monica.
It's all right. One of the characters has an Oni-chan fantasy, and
boy.
and it's
I
kind of
won't
wild.
play it. For your image, Ryan. I see what you're doing there, and I see what you're doing over there too.
Speaking of Danganronpa though, Monica, you should watch Akudama Drive. One of the guys who made that is involved with that one. It's an original anime. It's like an original cyberpunk anime that just finished last year.
Cyberpunk. I'm in.
Hold
Yeah.
on, Akudama
I'm not.
Drive?
Yes.
Why not?
I'm gonna wait until Cyberpunk gets fixed before I get hyped about it again.
It's-
I've decided I am not buying it now.
From what oh, I mean neither. From
yeah.
what I hear, as long as you're not too bothered by some glitches, it's fine. Like there's a subreddit called Low Sodium Cyberpunk, just because the like original Cyberpunk 2077 subreddit is so fucking salty.
I'll put it this
toxic.
way:
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pay $60 for
I'm not
Cyberpunk.
either.
And
No.
and the thing is that devs have come out and they've admitted that the gameplay footage shown in 2018
Oh,
during
yeah.
their demo was all faked. Every single
Well,
shot of it was faked.
I still don't think the devs
Never
can blame for
trust.
any of this.
Oh wait, that was gameplay. You can't even trust gameplay trailers anymore.
They faked the gameplay trailers.
You can't. I don't blame the devs for any of this. It's 100% the suits.
Oh no, the devs told the production or the higher ups
The
that
suits.
this is not ready. But they were like, I mean, and the suits are right
Make
though.
it be ready.
It's been too long. Like that game was in development for how long, and it looks this bad. Like,
They were ambitious. They oversold their product. It's like what happened with a bit. It's like I think it's like what you could sort of compare it to No Man's Sky, but like
except No Man's Sky was made by a teeny tiny developer.
true. Well,
CD
Projekt
Projekt Red is
Red
huge.
It's not that big.
It's still big though. Like it's still a full-fledged developer. Hello Games was what, like a dozen
It's
people?
like- Yeah, at like 10, 15 to 20. I
Yeah,
think.
it's tiny, and their project's ambitious, and it looks good now after a couple
Yeah,
years.
No Man's Sky
obviously.
is fucking dope.
But like, how many CD Project
I've got
Red
25 hours into my new playthrough, and I'm coming up to the end of the main quest, I think.
Oh, CD Projekt Red has 1,111 people employed,
Rip. Well, I'm sure a lot of those are like like not
like
involved
testers
in,
and
like,
stuff. But still,
testers, and I assume like payroll and
also-
accounting, and
Also, does that count contractors though?
probably not.
possibly Hello Games has 26 employees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't. I can't.
No,
I'm not.
I'm gonna buy it eventually, but like I don't want I'll probably pick it up when like they release a season pass for it, so I can try see if I might be able to pick it up for cheaper.
No.
I'm just
never buy
going
season
to
passes for a terrible game.
Yes.
It's not, from what I hear. Again, don't listen to
No, from
all of the hate.
what I hear, even the story is bad. Like, it's not a great story. And like the NPCs are not programmed well, and the NPCs on the street, when you fire your gun in the air and if you turn around 360, they just disappear. They despawn. Cars despawn when you turn around because they didn't program how the NPCs in the cars act when they can't go along their paths. Like,
I don't know, man.
it's just bad.
I'm gonna pick it up on a sale eventually.
Like, yeah, I'll get it on sale too. Don't get me wrong, it looks fun, but it's just
From
bad.
what I hear, it's I would say, yeah, probably bad.
CD Projekt Red was announced.
There's a lot of people that are having fun with it, like, but there's a lot of people that like. A lot of people on PC, they're having fun with it. People with like ray tracing and stuff and shit like that are having a ton of fun. Looks gorgeous, but like I think people on consoles are having a bad time, and that sucks. But
Speaking of PC though, you had on the list here computers as a kid, and I was wondering what brought that on.
That was Ryan.
Wait, computers as a kid? That wasn't me.
Oh,
I mean,
that was a different thing.
well, anyway, I had
for editing the list.
No. Yeah, that was me. I don't remember what I was gonna say about that.
well,
There-
I had a quick thing, Mike, mostly for Mike, but I do have a podcast recommendation. Mike, I'm finally caught up on Night Vale, like up to their like month break, so I'll pick that up again probably
Nice.
next year. But
I'm doing the same thing actually.
yeah, just kind of letting it pile up a little bit, then binging it all at once.
Yeah.
So, which is what I'm doing with a podcast that was actually kind of featured on the Night Vale thing, which was Alice Isn't Dead. You probably heard the first 3 episodes. Definitely would recommend. I think you should give that one a try. There's like 3 seasons. What?
It sounded kind of interesting, but right now I'm leaning more towards nonfiction podcasts than I am towards fiction podcasts.
Yeah, put it on your list. I think you'd like that one. That's like one of the only like Night Vale spin-off podcasts I can like recommend. So there's a few other ones that are just like Adventures in like New America, which was just like a I don't think it was aimed at me because I think it's like a Afro future, or what's the proper term?
No, that's fine.
Afrofuturistic was like vampires, and I'm just like, I don't get it. This isn't very good. I'm not going to listen to the rest of it.
I don't think that is the correct term then.
Yeah, no, never mind.
I think me and Kevin had a very different idea of what we were talking about.
But that's what they described it as. But it was weird. I didn't like it, so I didn't listen any more of it.
I'm just thinking of Dracula for Billy and Mandy.
Dracula scrape, then lick.
And lick.
Yeah, Patrick, Mike showed me the Internet Historian video of the Hello Games No Man's Sky debacle.
I need to finish that one of these days.
And he also showed me the Fallout 76 one.
Oh, I need to watch that too. I need to pick up Fallout
there.
76 again sometime.
No,
Why not?
it's bad.
But it didn't stop there.
But it didn't stop there. But wait, it gets worse.
Oh, it's like the video's called
yeah.
The Fall of 76.
Yeah.
Also, the rest of you guys should listen to Welcome to Night Vale. I think y'all would definitely like it.
Yeah, he's good.
By the way,
He's good
I
shit.
Also listen to Cult Podcast, which
What?
is super. Also listen to Cult Podcast.
Oh, I need to get around to that one.
Yeah, I'm currently on their Illuminati episodes.
Ooh,
Ooh,
are the
sounds
Cthulhu
fun.
ones?
No, it's a
I don't
cult.
know.
Cthulhu doesn't exist.
There's a cult of
are
Cthulhu.
There are some Cthulhu cults. I
Yeah,
haven't.
but
I
it's
don't
not
know if
like
they're
I doubt there's more than like a few people. They're talking like about like QAnon and like Jonestown and
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
and
they've done like Heaven's Gate. They've
Waco.
done Charles Manson.
Have they done Waco yet?
Not yet.
Ooh, that's gonna be a heavy one.
I have a more fantasy idea of what a cult is, like with like magic and shit. Like that's what I
boy.
think
That
of when
is
I think of
for
cult.
cult.
I know, but that's what I think of when I think of cult. Cultists.
Okay.
And-
I mean, I guess
Yeah,
you're not
no.
wrong, but
Cult-
like QAnon,
Cult, yeah, cult is more like Heaven's Gate and Charles
Trump-
Manson.
Trump
And
supporters.
they do have some Donald Trump episodes. I haven't gotten to them yet, but I'm catching up on their stuff. Yeah, there's some wild ones, there's some informative ones, there's some wacky as fuck ones,
Oh,
there's some really depressing ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't Anthill Kids, not fun. Not fun at all.
Sorry, what?
Anthill Kids. It's not fun. Not fun.
What's it about?
Yeah, about to
It's
say
about
I've never
some
heard.
cult from, I think it's like northern Canada. So nothing good happens in northern Canada anyway.
And-
So
Polar bears.
Apart from
Polar bears.
drinking, there's absolutely nothing to do here.
Hey, so it's like Wisconsin.
What
Hey.
what
Yeah.
is anthill? What am I looking at?
well, there you're getting a picture of the cult leader right now. If
All
you
right.
Dirty guy?
Anthill Kids, the dude with the beard.
Wait, where are you? Where'd you post
Break
it,
your
Mike?
legs with a sledgehammer or go to hell.
Oh
All
yeah,
right.
that was one of the things. Yep.
Hold on, I'm looking it up.
Yeah. But yeah, would definitely recommend Cult Podcast. They are fun. And it's all comedians hosting it, so they are also funny.
Okay.
Okay, good. Well, their cult leader certainly has a beard.
Yes.
Not a good beard, but it's oh god. I'm sorry. So I searched Anthill Kids and people also searched for Donald Trump.
Oh my god. That's so silly.
You know, it's not a great look when the third search result is from a website called morbidology.com.
Oh no.
Morbidology. Ooh.
Where are we at?
So I wanted to kind of I think that's kind of what I was going with the whole thesis as a kid thing. We're all kind of the same age group where we all were kind of born like in this weird in between era of like analog versus like digital, where like
Yeah.
as kids we all remember the three cables, the red, white, yellow, but like that was mostly as a kid. Steve, you remember the red, white, yellow cables?
Yeah, kind of, but I never really dealt with them. My parents did all of that stuff.
Oh, okay, no, I played.
Keep in mind, like I
You know
didn't get a
of them.
GameCube until like I didn't get like a game system until I was like a teenager.
Kevin,
So
I didn't have an HDMI cable till I got into college.
Okay,
Yeah, I didn't
fine,
even know what
fair,
HDMI was until I got into college.
fine, fair. But we're all in that era where we grew up with that, but now we're living with this, whatever. Anyways, but so part of that came my coworkers who were all the people I work with on the days I go into the office. They're all older than me. So they were talking about like arcades and stuff and Dragon's Lair and stuff in the arcades and whatever. And I was kind of like, yeah, I kind of remember those days. And it's just this weird time period where like we all grew up in an area where arcades were kind of not needed anymore. Just because like home entertainment systems like the NES and
Yeah.
stuff like that, they were delivering better games in our homes. So like, and I know most of us have been to Galloping Ghost.
Yeah,
I
think
don't know if
all of
Mike
us
and Ryan
have.
have.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I
yeah. yeah.
don't even know what that is.
It's an arcade.
It's an
swear
arcade.
Mike and Ryan.
Okay.
No,
don't-
it's just you, me, Kevin, Christine, I think.
No.
We went there the second time too.
I don't remember it at
That,
all.
that was
Okay.
that big ass one, right?
Yeah.
the
Well,
big ass
no.
one.
Well, no. So there's the really big like room one where it's like multiple rooms and stuff. Like
Yeah.
really
it's
big
Galloping
like
Ghost.
no. So there's GameWorks where it's like huge. And
No,
there's
yeah.
that one.
Galloping Ghost is like it's smaller, but it's packed of
Yeah,
games.
that
like
was
like
one we
like
went
to. Yeah,
like
Yeah, I was
like
about to say,
tons
like,
of
I know
them.
Ryan has been there at least.
I have no memory of this whatsoever.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know there was Ryan had joined us.
Okay,
But I did used to go to arcades a
yeah,
decent amount when I was
I
I was
younger.
there.
that's what I thought. You were there for at least one of them, Ryan. Yeah.
Yeah.
So where was Mike? Did Mike just not go?
I don't
Yeah,
know if
I
fuck
think
Mike.
so.
But I did. There were two arcade experiences I had a lot as a kid. There was, I think it was called Pirates Cove, which was half mini golf course, half
Nice.
arcade.
As most of them were when we were growing
Yeah.
up.
And then the other one was there was a family-owned pizza place called Mama and Me's, and they had the Sims arcade game at their
Nice.
place. So
For me, it was my main
and
experience with
also Rampage, which was the developers are from Homewood.
Oh, really?
So yes.
I love Rampage.
Rampage is good.
For me, it
shit.
was mostly just there was a Brunswick zone that kids' birthdays party would be at, and later in life, my parents started taking us to like GameWorks every now and again. But for the most part, it was like going to like restaurants, and like the one I remember the most was as soon as the Buffalo Wild
Pizza
Wings opened.
place.
Well, as soon as the Buffalo Wild Wings opened up near us, they immediately had Hydro Thunder, which is this like speedboat
Oh,
racing
yeah, the
game.
speedboat
Oh
one.
yeah,
That was a good one.
My favorite game, or my favorite arcade game. And me and my brother, we would just play that while we waited for food to come. It was so much fun.
Silent Scope.
Silent Scope was good.
See,
But yeah, we're all in this weird period where like when we were all old enough to play games, like the games at home were better than the games in the arcades, but for the most part.
I didn't really have like any kind of games at home, so I didn't really go to arcades. So
yeah, I'm on the opposite spectrum where I didn't really much arcade in there, and I'm struggling to think. But the one thing that I do recall very specifically is there's this pizza place we go to a lot with my mom's side of the family
Bill's
called
Pub.
Nick's
Ah,
with my mom's side of the family.
Ah.
So, and they had a little arcade area, and they had a claw machine really easily win off. That there are many stuffed animals I won off of that. Hell, one of my cousins was the fucking master of that. And then just to illustrate just how fucking awkward I am, if in case you for some reason you did not know already, that I was in middle school and I was at a family party at Nick with my extended family, and I was really trying to get this pink elephant in the crane, and I was so determined and I couldn't get it, and I was getting frustrated, and there was this boy who was about my age, had no idea who he was. He's like, I'll win it.
Oh my.
I'll win it. And I'm like, okay. And the crazy thing is, he does. He successfully wins it. I say thank you, and I didn't know what to do, so I ran back to where my family was.
fucking rip.
How old were you?
Oh man, I was like 12 or 13. I think, at
Okay.
that
Oh,
Okay,
well,
that's
yeah.
fine. That's fine then.
point.
There
Yeah,
was there was actually one time where I was maybe like 12, 13, where me and my family we went to this campground with our kind of like my parents' extended friends. But and they had kids our age, so we hung out together all the time. And they had a pool at this campsite and an arcade, like a really small
Oh.
one. So it was kind of like it was nice camping. But so this arcade, and this is when I found out that not all crane games are created equal, in the sense where the arcade owners can set some settings on crane games, like grip strength and like accuracy and like wobble and stuff like that. And this one was set to be very, 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 very easy. We ended up cleaning out the entire claw machine by the end of the weekend.
Oh, rip.
And so it was at the point where like kids would give me like it was like a 50-cent play or something. And kids would give me $1 and I'd keep 50 cents and I'd play 50 cents and I'd win them
You
a
were
prize.
hustling them.
I was, yes.
Kevin was hustling these
this is-
kids at a campground.
This is how I
one time.
remember it. But I was winning them prizes. I was giving them prizes.
Still kind of shady.
Do I need
How
to
much you
declare-
make?
Like probably like $1. It probably worked like twice.
Wow, whole dollar.
Yeah, a whole $1.
Fuck
But I'm
no.
pretty sure we cleaned out the entire machine because I distinctly remember picking up the very last toy in there.
Wow.
Yeah, and then because we went to family reunions at like I think it was the Wisconsin Dells, and there's one time we were there and there was an arcade place we were staying at, and I had somehow there was like a Monopoly. You know the ones where like the light goes around and like try to stop
Yeah.
it on the jackpot. There was a Monopoly one where it's like if you put in one credit, it went around like the outside ring. Another credit went around inside the middle ring. If you put in a third credit, it went around this like Monopoly board in the middle. And I got the jackpot on the Monopoly board, so it's like the farthest one in, and it was worth like a crazy amount of tickets. And the machine took so long spitting out the tickets that the arcade closed, so the machine turned off. and I was like, okay, I think I have enough tickets. And my cousins were like, no, you don't. You need more. So they got the manager over, and he turned the machine on back again, and it spat out more tickets. And I ended up buying like this really nice like glass chess set that we still have. It's like up on our like bookshelf outside.
Glass chess set?
Yeah, it's like this nice like glass chess set. Because like I bought some other things too, but that was the one that I was kind of like, that looks cool.
And
So
then he never played chess.
No, Christine and I played chess. I actually for Christmas I got Christine a set of Harry Potter wizard chess.
Harry Potter chesses.
Harry Potter wizard chess.
Go home, Kevin. You're drunk.
Time Crisis was my shit though, Nat. Time Crisis and House of the Undead, love those games.
Yeah. To elaborate a little bit, apparently, there used to be. If you guys know where the, I can't say things without giving away. But the mall that's near me
Gotcha.
and Steve.
The one in VH.
Yeah.
Okay.
There used to be an AMC closer to there before they put the one in the mall called Showplace, and apparently Showplace had Time Crisis 2 for the longest time
Showplace is so
before-
good.
before it got replaced by 3. I saw I saw a movie there like before not too long before it got shut down. I saw the fucking Jumanji movie there, the newer one.
Oh
That's good shit.
which one? The first new one or the second new one?
The first new one.
Yeah, that one was really good.
Both
Next
that-
level.
what do you
no,
mean?
not because there was Welcome to the Jungle, which was the
No.
first one with The Rock, and
Yeah.
then there was the
Jungle
second
I saw
one,
there.
which was the next level, which I never saw that one.
It's good. You should see it.
Okay,
Yeah,
was it?
that's
Okay.
fun.
It's not bad. But
Because
if you,
I really
you-
liked
if you
the
like
first
the-
one.
if you like the first one, you'll like the second one.
Christine and I just saw the first one because it was literally like a Friday night, and we were kind of like, well, what do you want to do tonight? And we're like, well, the Jumanji movie looks pretty cool. Looks okay. And then we went to it not expecting anything, and then we both were walking out of the theater like kind of quiet. And we were, and then I turned to her, I'm like, that movie had no right to be that good.
Absolutely not.
And she was like, that was a really good movie. And I was just like, yeah,
Black
it was
acting
really
like
good.
Jack Black acting like a teenage girl is just yes.
It was really fun.
It's stupid fun. Yeah, go watch it.
Monica, was there more to that? I'm sorry.
No, there wasn't. And apparently, one of the other theaters in in the area had Time Crisis 5.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
that was all.
Mike, to end, what's this thing about sea shanties?
Okay. So before we start, I highly recommend Adam Neely's video that he just put out yesterday on the music theory of shanties. It's about 15 minutes. Real good. But technically speaking, Wellerman is not a sea shanty. It is a sea folk song, because sea shanties are work songs that you would sing on the boat, and they have a very particular call and response pattern. Wellerman does not have that structure, so it's not really something you would sing to motivate your workers. It's just something you would kind of sing as a folk song.
I agree with the whole not a call and response thing, but it is a song about working.
It's a song about working, but it's not
I
a song that
think
would
the
be
call and
sung.
response thing is
It
the
would
key
be-
part here.
Yeah.
Again, the video explains it better, but it would be a really terrible song to sing to
On a
get
boat.
people to work.
Yes, because the whole thing is like all the sea shanties in like Black Flag, for example, or the Assassin's Creed game. They're all very call and response. There's one guy doing the main parts, and then the entire crew sings like the rest. Like it's like
The chorus.
one line, one line, one line, one line, one line, one line. It's very back and forth. Wellerman is more like there's a whole verse, and the chorus is everyone. So
Yeah,
that
sea
I understand.
shanties are supposed to like set a rhythm to work to.
Yeah.
So
Get dunked on, nerd.
Okay, but
Suck it, TikTok.
Wellerman is still a fucking awesome song.
Yeah.
Still
haven't heard
oh my
it.
God.
Fucking slaps.
And I
Ian
will say,
Cum.
like, I was talking about this earlier, but I do the Renaissance Fair, and my character is her big sea shanty because it's an intersection of her background of being on the sea and also being someone who bards and loves to sing. So even if it's not technically a sea shanty, it's enough to get people interested. Where if for some reason I hope maybe if it's safe enough that we open this year, that it'll give a fun avenue to playing with people this year, and also have a way to connect with the audience in a way that only my character, my cat.
I will also not to give away the entire video, but Adam Neely actually does point out that what TikTok has done to Wellerman's has made it more shanty-like.
Well, yeah, I mean,
which is
because
a really weird, interesting phenomenon.
yes, so like, because like the whole thing about TikTok is they're adding things to it and they're changing it slightly, and there's melodies now and there's like mashups, and then also I found an insider article where they talked to Gary Smith, who's an academic and musician at Liverpool, John Moores University, and he says the same exact thing. He says, yeah, Wellerman's got the aesthetic of a sea shanty, but it lacks the call and response, so it's not a true sea shanty. But I agree with Monica. I like the hype that it's creating, and I already know for a fact that there are like playlists on Spotify that like are huge now because they're sea shanty playlists.
I just want one
Pirate
of
metal!
those TikTokers to Spanish ladies. That would be a fun
Yes.
song to give that to.
Also,
that-
pirate metal is unironically good.
I feel like I need to play Assassin's Creed Black Flag this weekend now.
Okay, but has
I
anyone
just played it recently.
has anyone listened to the folk songs that Lincolnshire Posey is based on?
I think so.
Oh
what's
boy,
it?
no.
The Lincolnshire
also,
Posey?
Lincolnshire Posey by Percy Granger, the classical song that every classical high school and college band has played ever.
What is happening?
I was just about to say, I'm like, my high school did that.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Right?
Okay, but is there a
I guess
Nightcore
I'm
version
one
of
of the ones
Wellerman?
that didn't.
Da-da-da-da-da.
I think
I feel
that's Lisbon.
attacked.
Boo-doo.
I don't know. I definitely played Lincolnshire Posey though.
Yes, I actually was. Lincolnshire Posey is like
I
my
work in
favorite.
Lincolnshire.
It's like my favorite classical piece. So I got so obsessed with it at one point that I found all of the folk songs that it's based on and started listening to them. There's some good ones in there.
Okay, but is there a Nightcore version of Wellerman?
It's
Guaranteed.
not
Let's see.
it's not a classical song, but my favorite band song that we played was called In the Spring at the Time When Kings Go Off to War by David Hulsinger.
Oh my god.
That is the title.
It is. It's also a hell of it's like a 14-minute long song. It's 11 minutes. It's 11 minutes, but it's like an epic battle song. It's amazing. I love it. Anyways,
Before we wrap up, I gotta pimp something. I finished this a couple weeks ago. It's the new Hunger Games book. Good shit. Would 100% recommend it. It got me so hyped. I'm rereading the Hunger Games again. Which is
Really?
also good shit.
Nice.
Were you the one who wrote kids' books they picked up as an adult?
Yeah, that was me.
Also, not a kid's book, young adult literature. So it's aimed at like older
You know what I
teenagers.
meant. You know what I meant though. Like I
Steve, I
picked.
took 5 literature classes at ISU. I have to be pedantic about this.
Fair enough.
He has to use his degree somehow.
One
Fair
of the
enough.
books in the young adult literature class I took was Hunger Games.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's both. Yeah, if you guys like the Hunger Games, you haven't read this, give it pick it up. It's good. You will love it.
Nice. I haven't really read any.
Um,
I'm trying to reread the. This is gonna be really vague. The Septimus Heap books.
What?
Septimus Heap. It was a book by Angie Sage.
Never heard of
It's more of a medieval magic world.
sounds
So it's more like magic is very hard to master, kind of things like that. Like people spend their whole life to be able to do really simple stuff.
Oh, good.
There's 7 books. And I read them a lot as a kid, and like she would come to our local bookstore and do signings and stuff. So like my first like 5 or 6 copies are all signed. Hydrate. So that's my book series that like is kind of aimed towards a younger audience that I've kind of been trying to reread recently.
Has anyone read the Chronicles of Predane? That's the one with like the Black Cauldron in it.
Oh no.
That's a really good one. That's like a mid-level kind of reading stuff, like something like for like late grade schoolers. Really good.
Okay.
Read that in one of my classes. Really liked it.
I was just thinking back onto the ones that I read. The Hunger Games I loved was Hooked instantaneously.
Speaking of hooked, read Peter and the Starcatchers.
The Divergent was good, but not as good as it's kind of got like a silly premise to it. I
Yeah.
enjoyed the first book of the Maze Runner series, and then it just it devolved into some bullshit where like the people in the maze devised the maze and wiped their memories, and it's all to cure some disease or some shit like that.
It's all about the death cure.
At some point, I happened to catch one of the movies on TV. I'm like, am I high? What's going on?
I watched the first 2 movies.
I didn't of the Maze. Did they ever finish the Maze Runner?
They did. They did all 3 movies. They did 3 or 4 movies.
Oh God.
It's Maze Runner, Scorched Trials, and the Death Cure.
I didn't like the Maze Runner.
Nah, it wasn't very good.
I liked the movie.
Enjoy it.
I liked the movie. Fine.
I didn't bother to see the movie because
I
like
didn't.
the books.
I didn't read the book, but the movie.
I didn't watch the Divergent movies though.
I didn't like the Divergent movie. I thought it was boring.
I heard the last one was so bad that they didn't even finish the series.
It was such a bad concept that I was kind of like, this is so stupid. I can't watch this.
I would say dystopian YA literature peaked at Hunger Games, but that implies that it's just a triangle going down.
It started here, then it just go. I mean, you're not wrong.
Yes. Would you consider Animorphs to be dystopian?
No,
that's
that's just War Crimes Are Bad, the children's book.
Yeah.
Which are surprisingly graphic too. Now that I'm thinking back on it.
Yeah, the way Christine describes them, they're very graphic.
Highly recommend Tommy Oliver's video of his 4-hour lecture on Animorphs.
You know what? Send that to me. I'm like coming to the end of the Chris Chan document, or I'm getting caught up on the Chris Chan documentary, and I need something to build Legos to after I'm done with that.
I need to get working on my Kingdom Hearts.
I don't know why I didn't give the thumbnail.
Presentation.
I haven't even started because I don't feel passionate about anything right now. So
that's fair. That's why I haven't really continued my D&D campaign yet. Anyways, though,
that made me sound depressed. I'm just not passionate enough about anything to write something about it.
Yes, you don't have the writer's itch.
Yeah, I haven't had the writer's itch since I finished that fan fiction for Ruby.
Oh God.
What?
Oh God.
Hey, it's good. People
I
liked it.
remember reading it.
Gosh.
Okay. Well, I think that's a good stopping spot. Anyone? Oh.
I mean, continue to wrap up, but hold on a sec.
Okay.
We just saw the cat, though.
Wrapping up.
Dun, dun,
dun.
What is happening? What?
Oh, the one product I was hyping last week about Flash games, the Flashpoint. I got it and it works great.
Nice.
It's a Rickon.
It's a cat.
It's a Rickon who's very upset because I kept trying to.
Yeah, I was gonna say you should probably let him go. He looks a bit bitey.
I'm gonna clip that.
Oh no!
You okay?
Oop, you good?
Don't worry
Ooh.
about it. Happy Gotcha Day, baby.
Oh no!
Oh,
Happy
he
Gotcha
draw blood
Day.
there? You good?
Happy Gotcha Day, baby.
Draw blood?
Happy Gotcha Day.
Okay.
With that.
Yeah, that was a gnarly looking bite.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We'll see you next week, and hopefully Monica will still have a hand. Bye.
Bye.
Gangrene.